this out, parked too close to a hole. So now, and then he also dropped the landing gear, making the trailer too low. So now I'm stuck in a hole. So what I gotta do is I already dropped the airbags, and I gotta stick something under the frame, and then raise up the airbags, and that'll raise up the trailer, and then I'll be able to crank the landing gear so that it would raise up the trailer high enough for me to fly underneath it, hook up, and then once I have weight on it, then I can pull out. So one board at a time is not high enough to lift up that other end off of the tire. So what I gotta do is then double them up, and then that'll be high enough for the trailer to lift up, and then I can crank the landing gear. High enough that it doesn't touch the tires. And once it clears the tires, then we know that all it's going to get in the way is the fifth wheel. We'll be able to hook up and get out of the hole. Okay, so really quick recap. I figured out what they did, what the previous drivers did. They were rushing and they unhooked from the trailer and everything, pull forward, but they didn't lower the landing gear. So they landed on top of the frame. After that, then they dropped the landing gear, and then they tried to raise up the frame, and the trailer was still stuck on the tires. They burnt out trying to get away from underneath it and created this big hole, and then didn't say anything, probably because they were embarrassed to admit that they dropped. So I went back to the rear axle on the trailer, dropped the airbags there, and then was just able to keep lifting up the trailer with the wood on top of the frame from the truck, crank up the landing gear high enough that my tires will clear the trailer, as you can see. And now what I'm gonna do is just kind of ram through this hole so that the fifth wheel can then hook up to the kingpin.